as long as it's not having any kind of negative outcomes for you, it's fine for you to fast. And you will hear, interestingly and very confusingly for women over 40, the exact opposite argument about this. So you'll hear people saying like, you definitely shouldn't fast. Your body's going to go into starvation mode. Cortisol's going to ramp up. You'll start storing these calories that you haven't even consumed. Fat loss will become impossible. And then on the other side, you'll have people being like, no, as a 40-plus-year-old woman, like the only way you're going to lose fat is to fast. And like you should be taking MCT oil in your coffee and fasting all morning. And then you're like, wow, what's the truth? Well, the truth is it doesn't really matter that much. It's a different way to create a calorie deficit. If you feel better fasting, fine. If you want to do that, if you feel better actually eating consistent meals, again, probably a better approach for the vast majority of people. But the fundamental reason that you're losing fat would still come back to a calorie deficit. And I think one thing that would be useful for people to understand, because so many people I talk to feel like what worked for them before doesn't work for them anymore. And the question I often ask people is like, are you exactly the same person that you were 10 years ago? Do you have exactly the same life? Do you have exactly the same preferences? Like, do you have exactly the same stuff going on? Because if you're not, then the likelihood is your diet and exercise regime will probably look different too. If you're like, no, I had a completely different life when I was 30. I was living in a different country. I was working as a personal trainer. Now I work an office job. I didn't have any kids. Now I have 2 kids, blah, blah, blah. You're like, okay, cool. So your life is significantly different. Great. Fat loss hasn't changed, as in like it's still a calorie deficit, but the way that you structure your diet and your exercise and your sleep and how you want to create that deficit may very well have changed, and that's okay. And so technically what worked for you previously doesn't work for you anymore, as in maybe what worked for you before when you were far more active and you didn't have kids to worry about. Like, yeah, okay, that's not going to work for you anymore, as in the approach that you took, but you're just going to take a different approach, and that's okay. But it doesn't mean that the physiology is different. And I think this is the fundamental lie that like so many women are told, is that there's something different, as in it's insulin sensitivity, it's inflammation, it's aging, it's menopause, like something has changed and that's why you need a different approach. It's like, no, you fundamentally have changed. Your life has changed. That's okay.